WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And the time here in SVG, it is 7:45, and already on the line we have Mr. Kingsley Defreitas.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right. How was your birthday? How did the whole day go?
Yeah, well, like I said, stay tuned to WEFM, and that's all I did. I didn't do anything else. But hey, what happened? I found pigeon quite interested these days, and I have my inquiry mind open this morning when I hear pigeon speaking. And sometime last week we spoke about the young people involved in politics, and I asked a question, and you and the other young lady haven't answered me yet. Dr. Charles is a relatively young fella. Let's ask ourselves a question. If you were associated with the ULP, would we see the hostility that we're getting from the Prime Minister and ULP supporters towards his candidacy? That's the question we need to consider. We used to hear about West Indies cricket that we got when Dr. Charles became the president of West Indies cricket, and we say he would try to fight some ways and put things in place to get more cricket here. Now we have in cricket, we are hearing people suggesting because Charles is interested in active politics that we may have no cricketing single time again. And that's really funny. I heard you asking a while ago what if Charles should respond to what was said yesterday by the Prime Minister. If I was Charles, I just ignore the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, he threatened that Carlos is going to lose because you win, Carlos win a seat by one vote. You got this energizing pride, go to Shallow, coming up against Carlos. Somebody used to Carlos say ability, you know. But if you go where Carlos walk, they go say Carlos have a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean? Oh, people say what I mean. But the ULP and we are going to feel threatened by Carlos, Dr. Charlotte candidacy, and they will do anything to see if they could destroy Dr. Charlotte. And I'm not supporting that at all because the man is from the bowels of poor people, and we should glad that Charlotte is where he is today. And whenever we hear West Indies cricket, we should be glad to say, well, this is a Vincent who's making an effort. But all again from the Prime Minister and ULP supporters, he shouldn't be a part. But if you were part of the ULP, you hear how they applaud him and say cricket is good under him, and what is, man, I tell you, these people is confused. That's all my thing this morning. I don't want to talk anything else because I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't say. But let me just make it totally clear. I am obsessed with the Prime Minister position, and I am upset because he seems to be targeting Mr. Shallow. But here what happened, the people in North Evil would send a message to Dr. Shallow and Carlos J when the election is called because, election is called this year, this is an election here. So we have enough time to punish to have guns for cricket West Indies when the time is come. Have a wonderful day. I gone. Yeah?
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Kingsley. All right. So that was Kingsley's commentary there. All right. So Kingsley ran off before I could even engage him. But yes, there was a thing that he raised in terms of the PM seemingly, quote unquote, targeted Dr. Shallow since his announcement to run on the NDP side, right? So I'll just share my thoughts right now. So when I was listening to Issue at Hand yesterday, I started to chuckle because I noted that the PM made a point about Dr. Shallow having the position of the president of Cricket West Indies and also running for political position, right? Putting himself as candidate. But why it is I ended up chuckling was I have to ask the question, if Dr. Shallow was running on the ULP side, would that statement have even been said? All right? Even if, let's say, the PM was thinking it, he may not have necessarily verbalized it because you already don't want to raise the questions in person's head. But had Dr. Shallow been running on the ULP side, would the PM have even said anything? And this is why I really had to chuckle. I engaged a friend in a conversation yesterday with it. And the thing is, when I was speaking with my friend as well, I said, it's so interesting that of all the new candidates who have put themselves forward, I haven't seen the PM necessarily saying anything towards those new candidates. It seems like it's a little bit of a back and forth between Dr. Shallow and the PM, and I'm there saying, but what is it that Kish promised the PM? I have to ask the question, what did Dr. Shallow promise the PM, or what was said before in the past? Where I don't know, it's just so strange to me. And it is so blatant in a sense, because I haven't seen or haven't heard of the PM, let's say, saying anything towards Kishaka Cupid, who has put himself forward, or Andrew John, or the other person from Central Leeward. His name slips me at this time, but I haven't heard anything. So it's just so interesting.
Not big enough fish, not big enough.
No, but the thing of it, and this is why Kingsley is correct in what he's saying, because I can see that had Dr. Shah been running on the ULP side, what the narrative would have been, well, look at a young man who has taken himself from his bootstraps. He has worked so hard. He is a man of the soil. He is this and he is that. The narrative would have been so different. And to top it off, he is running on our side as a candidate, That is what the narrative would have been. But now that it's on the other side, for me, it's amusing. Like, I'm telling people, like, I can't even get upset with these things. I just have to chuckle and move on with it, but it's just interesting, just very interesting.
Indeed, he would have been an exceptional ULP youth president of Cricket West Indies. So to answer the question, I don't think that, it would have been the same if he'd been running for the other team. And the PM mentioning him constantly, I think it's a strategy. I'm not that deep. Well, I'm not deep into partisan politics, so I can't tell you what this strategy in particular is, but I believe with all my heart it's a strategy.
To what, discredit Dr. Shallow?
I don't know. It's a political strategy, a partisan politics strategy as far as I see it. I don't know what it is because I'm not a politician, but I feel so.
It could be a strategy to discredit Dr. Shallow, but with all of this attention, is it probably pushing persons to possibly vote for Dr. Shallow better? More.
I feel the Prime Minister knows that. The Prime Minister is a very smart man. He's not going to do something. I don't think that he's going to do something without thinking ahead. So he has to know, if I keep mentioning Dr. Shallow, it's either going to bring negative or positive. Well, they say there's no negative publicity, but anyways, it's going to bring some sort of publicity. I listen to me. I feel PM know what he's doing, man.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
There's a saying, when fox can't get great, it's sour. So, as you say, rightly says, because it's disappointing that Shallow went on that side. It's Shallow in common his side. You won't have all this stuff to say. I think open up back and later him and Vincent Beach in the same party. It's all politics. Try to bring all politics. That's the PM style. That's what he does, and he does it better than anyone else. Yes, something else. Yeah, I got to bring it up. Something else to say about that. I'll bring it up later.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Queens. All right. Anything else you wanted to add?
Nah, not yet.
All right. Okay.
All right.
We could give the response. So Dr. Shallow did respond. So
yes.
So we can read that.
So Dr. Kishore Shallow spoke to ANN News.
ANN. The man name is Asborton. You can't say ANN. It's ANN.
ANN News. And it says that he clarified that while Cricket West Indies had intentions of playing the 3 T20s in SVG, the decision was always contingent on an assessment following the hosting of Bangladesh in December 2024. Dr. Shallow said after the assessment, it was determined that it was not feasible to host the games in SVG. One of the primary issues highlighted was accommodation. He explained that Holiday Inn, which was considered as an option, was not sufficient as it only provides breakfast. He pointed out that when SVG hosted Bangladesh last year, there were difficulties securing meals for the teams. They were under the impression that Pitmaster, which is nearby, would be open daily, but that was not the case. He also said Sandals was considered, but there were challenges. Firstly, it is quite expensive. They were calling for $800 per night. Additionally, Sandals does not cater to children, and many of the Australian players travel with their families. Right? So Dr. Shallow said despite this setback, he reaffirmed the Cricket West Indies commitment to bringing matches to SVG, acknowledging the passionate local support. So there you have it. He spoke. And that's, according to the president of Cricket West Indies, that's the reason why matches weren't hosted here in that lineup.
All right, so let's take this call and then now. All right. Hi, morning, Dave. You could take like just a minute, please, if you don't mind. Morning.
Yes. I only need a minute to say that the Prime Minister is too petty for a man of his status or stature. He should not be treating a man with a doctorate like him as though he's nobody. 1 minute, right? That's it.
Wow, Dave, you set a record?
No.
Thank you, Dave.
I am so flexible, but you want to hear my voice?
No. We good. All right. There will be other segments. All right. Thanks, Dave. All right. So Dr. Shallow has issued his response. Now, I didn't really get enough time. I like to read and digest things, so I only had to quickly go through this. However, what it is for me is I do have to question, given what he has mentioned in the article, just at a first glance in terms of what I've seen, the reasons given were these concerns expressed to the powers that be, whoever it's the organizing body or whoever, with regards to why, based on what was observed in the December matches, what the concerns were. And if those concerns were expressed early and in a timely manner, could alternate solutions have been proposed, right? As opposed to just not having any matches at all, could alternate solutions have been proposed? Because you would have had some time, right? And if those suggestions were proposed and solutions brought forward, then maybe it could have been possible for the games to have still been scheduled. Now, I am speaking on the outside of the situation, just from reading the information that is contained here in the article, right? So not being an insider, I might not have a full awareness of what the situation is, or in terms of scheduling, in terms of preparation, etc. But I am curious as to whether or not at the time when these challenges or these situations came up, if anything was said so that there could be different plans put in place so that we could have had a few matches here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
One thing I must add, though. He also said that they had scheduled, Cricket West Indies had scheduled matches in May 2025 between South Africa and West Indies A team, which consisted of 2 test matches and 3 one-day internationals. However, they were informed that the Annersville field would be unavailable.
All right, so I think it's also important for us to note the very last paragraph. The latest development adds to the ongoing debate over SVG's exclusion from the international fixtures, with government officials and cricket authorities presenting different views on the feasibility of hosting major games. All right, so this seems that this has to be something that has to be worked out because of the fact that there have been upgrades to the cricket facility. I think, as Vincent mentions, many persons are not going to have that expectation of big matches being held here. So with these little things, well, not little things, but these situations that are working against us, things have to be done to sort them out, right? So that we don't get left out altogether. All right, so I think that is all that we can say on that particular topic at this time. It's now 8 o'clock. Lovely. All right. So time